in the Emirates, but it's good enough. And if anything, as well, it improves your touch because you're not used to that in the Premier League. You're spoiled with training facilities, and it's actually quite nice to go back to just on the ground.
What do you do now? Are you just kind of looking for a club? How does it work?
Yeah, well, I think it's important that I find a club and a place where I'm going to first of all play, because that's at the end of the day, that's why I left. I've been fit and training for a while and just never really, I didn't get an opportunity to play. So, I obviously had another year left on my contract and I could have stayed and just trained, but I wasn't ready to accept that. And I didn't want to not play for a year because, a year in football is a long time. And especially with the problems I've had in the past, I feel now I got to a good place in terms of training and getting myself back to a level where I was confident, and then I didn't get an opportunity. So now I need to pick a club where I'm going to be an important player, play, and be happy as well.
Do you almost wonder whether I won't say the modern way of playing, but the kind of in vogue way of playing is against the grain of someone like you? I always think of you as someone who can see things other players don't see, that can create situations from nothing. Yet we seem to be in an era where pressing is all important and harrying the opponents into mistakes. So I just wonder whether players with the attributes that you have are maybe not the kind of player that some of the coaches want now.
I think it changes that through the league. The top teams, the Cities, the Liverpools, the Arsenals, the Chelseas, who for 75, 80% of the game have the ball. There's room for that type of player who can see a pass, pick a pass, has time on the ball. But the further you go down the league, and that's no disrespect to the teams down there, but most of the game is spent without the ball. You're almost playing counter-attack football. And at the end of the day, if you're in and around the relegation zone, the most important thing is, of course, to stay up and just get results. And I think, managers will resort back to what they know, just sitting in and defending, and then quick players on a break maybe. So, I think that probably didn't work in my favour, but I wasn't given an opportunity to show if I can do that. So that's what I didn't like. But it is what it is, and that's why I think it's important that I pick the right team next time in the right country, the right place for me, and not rush into anything.
That's Jack Wilshere in conversation with the BBC's Simon Stone. You can hear a full-length version of that interview on Saturday's Football Daily podcast, which you can download from BBC Sounds. Football correspondent John Murray and Michael Brown, who are at Villa Park, were listening to that as well. Michael, you've got a feel for him, haven't you? Because here's a wonderfully talented footballer whose career has been literally destroyed by injuries.
You're just listening to Arjen, and he says he's in his local park training. I think that just tells you all. He's got that desire. He wants to come back. He wants to play. It's about and I'm sure there's clubs there who'll want to have him in, but the question mark will still be being asked: is he fit? Is he going to be okay if we do some sort of deal with him? But it's just the right club. He wants to play football. He wants to play week in, week out, and he talks about countries. So it's not just he wants somewhere local with his family. And that's what it is. It's that buzz of knowing football is what it brings for you. You don't want to be without it. You want to just continue the journey. But he's got so much to give at his age. You would think certainly there'll be some clubs who will want to take him. But the question mark where he says they've got to play, they won't feel like you can play straight away, Fletch.
Yeah, he's only 28. I mean, in reality, he should be in the prime of his career, shouldn't he, right about now? But that's the key point, John, isn't it? Here's Jack Wilshere looking for a club where he wants to be seen as a key player and someone who's going to play game after game. But it's a big leap of faith if a club's going to take him on, knowing the injury history that comes with it.
Yeah, I'm afraid that's the bottom line, isn't it? That there would be an element of risk. So I guess from his point of view, he's got to be realistic about that as well, hasn't he? In terms of what his demands might be and what the terms of a contract might be as well.
I think he's got to back himself, John. He's got to sort of say, well, I'll just come and play for you and we'll sort that out afterwards. And financially, he's not going to be short. He won't want to play for nothing. I'm not saying go and play at the right place, go and show everybody what you can do, play as many minutes as you can, and then look to go from there. But it's going to be such a key sort of decision at the moment where he can actually go.
I'm remembering though when he played for England in that game in Slovenia, and he just ran the show, scored a brilliant goal in that match. And around about that time, you felt that he was a guy who almost had the world at his feet in a footballing sense. But you're right, Darren, it's the injuries have been the key part in all of this.
What do you think a realistic situation is for him, Michael? Knowing the way that clubs work and how the situation is, what do you think he can realistically expect to be offered at this stage?
Well, I think that's the problem. He'll be probably expecting Premier League. And it's hard for me to comment. When I haven't actually seen him train, what days he's trained, has he trained every single day, and to what level not to even make the squads at West Ham. So it's a tough one, but you would say he can unlock things, can't he? He can be that player who can go in the hole, make things happen. Sure, that's what they thought initially when they signed him there. But is it a top-end championship? Is it another country? I'd like to know how much he has trained. He said he's been fit. He's been waiting for that chance. But has he trained every single day? Can he train every single day? And can he load his injuries? Can his body still take it?
It's fascinating, isn't it? Because when you look at this Aston Villa team at the moment, they've got two similar to Jack Wilshere in there at the same time, haven't they? Jack Grealish and Ross Barkley, two players who have similar strengths and abilities to Jack Wilshere. And I'm amazed how well those two have combined this early in the season, that there seems to be enough touches for both of them. It doesn't seem as though one of them has to be the alpha male at this stage. It seems they're both quite happy to coexist in the same team, and it looks a really nice blend with the pair of them in there.
I tell you what else has happened at the same time as well, is that they've been winning football matches, and that certainly helps. You not have to point fingers to who's not getting on the ball. Things are bright, things are rosy. But when things change, you start looking, saying, who's going the other way, who's defending, we don't need so many people going the other way. So it always changes when you've got such talented players like we're talking about, but it's early stages.
OK, well, the teams are on their way for the second half. It was a decent first half. All we needed was a goal. Let's see whether we get one in the second 45 minutes. Michael's alongside John.
Yes, thank you, Darren. Aston Villa 0, Leeds United 0. Players are just about ready for the start of the second half. Leeds players just taking up their positions. Villa will be attacking towards the Holt end to our right, although you can normally see the Holt end written on the seats. You can only see the in the seats because of the canvas covering. But Villa, as they started with Martinez in goal, Cash, Konza, Douglas Luiz with McGinn and Barkley in the middle, Trezeguet on the right, Grealish on the left, Ollie Watkins through the middle, and the Leeds side, Marcelo Bielsa making that change after only 20 minutes because Pascal Struijk had been yellow carded. It's Struijk who came in to play in the Calvin Phillips position, the injured Calvin Phillips, and he was substituted and Jamie Shackleton was brought on. So Meslier in goal. At the back, Dallas playing as the right back, Koch and Ayling the central defenders, Alioski coming in as the left back, then Click and Shackleton, Helder Costa, Rodrigo, Jack Harrison and Patrick Bamford, who had the two. Here's Alioski crossing from the left-hand side, but too close to goalkeeper Martinez, who's able to stretch up and make the catch on the edge of the 6-yard box. Michael Brown, former Premier League midfielder, watching with us here at a cool Villa Park. A dry night though, it was a very calm afternoon. All of the autumnal trees in the park nearby, just next to Villa Park. Leeds with the ball inside their penalty area. Claret and blue for Villa, of course, here at on their home ground. Leeds United in the very dark bottle green and black striped shirts. And they're playing the ball down the left-hand side to Harrison. Harrison now gets it into his stride, into the penalty area, past Cash and shoots, but Martinez is able to go down and make a routine save to his right.
Just looking now, Marcelo Bielsa's shouting instructions, because as the full-backs get forward of Leeds United, they're pulling Trezeguet this time on the right-hand side. He's not recovering quick enough, but it was pinpoint counter-attacking football from Leeds United. Luke Ayling playing an unnatural role, left-sided centre-back, spreading the ball wide to Harrison as he goes on that one-on-one situation with Matty Cash. He does well. He this side, he takes it inside of the pitch, gets his shot away early. First few occasions in the first half, he's gone down the outside, so lots to think about for Matty Cash.
Yes, Harrison, who is on his third season now at Leeds Manchester City, had a very interesting career path, even at this stage, even at 23 years old, having been at the big clubs as a very young boy, Liverpool and Manchester United, then going off to America, ending up at New York City, the Manchester City club, then back to City, and now back at Leeds, and settling into the Premier League really nicely.
Well, you watch his progression in the Championship, but whoever watched him last season, you start to see him get better and better in this Leeds United side, and into the Premier League. He looks confident, he looks sharp. He's a one to watch, as we discussed at half-time. Really being impressed with him.
Yeah. Went off to America when he was only 14 years old. Aston Villa 0, Leeds United 0. Back to the City ground in the Championship. Sohail Sahi.
Forest have equalised, John. It's Nottingham Forest 1, Derby County 1. The goal coming after 65 minutes. It was a corner kick which Forest won. Their defender won the header. It wasn't cleared by the Derby defence, and Lyle Taylor pounced for his first goal since he joined from Charlton in the summer. Nottingham Forest 1, Derby County 1.
Still Arbroath 0, Hearts 0, and Scotland's women now 2-0 up on Albania in their European qualifier. Leeds coming forward. Rodrigo in the D gets the ball back, gives it to Helder Costa on his left foot inside the penalty area. Left-footed shot that's blocked, hits a defender, comes out to Alioski, who screws his shot horribly from between the penalty spot and the edge of the area. And I thought for a moment it was going to go out for a throw-in, but it was just a goal kick.
Well, it started in the centre of the pitch. I thought there was a foul by Click. I think it was on John McGinn as he turned, and you see the reaction from the Villa bench below us. Then again, slick from Leeds as they move the ball around. It falls on the edge of the area. Alioski, expect him to do better, but it was almost a throw-in. Real poor execution.
Choice of live sport for you on 5 Live tonight. The Premier League football here on 5 Live, with Villa 0, Leeds United 0, and the St Helens Leeds game continues on 5 Live Sports Extra via BBC Sounds, and all the big sport covered for you this weekend. Of course, as well, if you're out and about, you know, you can follow us via your phone on BBC Sounds. All of the top football, the rugby union as well, tomorrow afternoon. Here's Grealish now for Villa, up to the edge of the penalty area, but the challenge comes in. A little touch was enough to take it away from Grealish by Dallas. And then Douglas Luiz, just a little shove centre field, and Rodrigo concedes a free kick forward and left of the centre circle for Aston Villa. So Leeds getting themselves organised. Luke Ayling just sorting things out there at the back. Dallas takes up a position on the edge of the box. Konza and Mings arriving on the far side of the edge of the penalty area. So a free kick to be taken in by, well, Targett is there, and Targett actually plays it out to Grealish on the left-hand side. Grealish goes past Costa, then whips the ball in, but it hits the outside of the side netting, straight behind for a goal kick.
Yeah, it was straight behind. As you're thinking that delivery is going to come, if you can get Jack Grealish in a one-on-one in a wide area, Helder Costa, you're going to certainly try and make that happen. As he takes him on, he just drills the ball across into the side net, and quite creative from Aston Villa.
Are you feeling the cold, Michael? You've got your hood up now.
It was just a mistake, John. It must have just fell up behind me.
Here is Dallas to the right-hand side. The Helder Costa still 0-0. Helder Costa stabs it in at the area. A draw would be enough to take Villa to the top of the Premier League, above Everton. And but they want the win. Grealish, persistent, very persistent, takes the ball past Helder Costa. Koch gets back. Grealish though on his right foot, running across the penalty area, still going, and the shot is blocked around the post by Meslier. What a run!
Well, that's an understatement. This was magnificent play from Jack Grealish. Talked about him going down slightly too easy in the first half, and this time he stays on his feet. He gets his reward. He runs the whole length of the pitch, and as he gets in the box, you're thinking, is he going to shoot? He takes one, then another touch, he drills it, it just hits the goalkeeper for a corner kick. It's as good as it gets from Jack Grealish.
Oh, that would have been absolutely sensational if he had scored that goal. Mellier's left leg blocking it around the post. Barkley takes the corner in to the near post to McGinn. McGinn with a turn to the byline, and it's blocked behind by Click, who went with him for a second consecutive Villa corner. He must have collected that ball, Grealish. 10 yards inside his own half, out there on the left-hand side.
Under big pressure, I think initially his shorts were pulled. See, that's the different side of Jack Grealish. And
Alioski's been shoved over inside the penalty area, still waiting for this corner to be taken. And a yellow card comes for... Who's he shown it to? Not absolutely obvious, that, is it? The Villa players have lined up. Was that actually shown to Alioski? Even though he ended on the ground. So, corner. Barkley with the outswinger, which is poked goalwards, but pushed over the top by Meslier. Good, sharp save. Konsa turned it goalwards, but Meslier was close to him, above his head, but he was able to lift it over the top of the bar with his left hand.
It's a good delivery by Ross Barkley as he whipped the ball in. Konsa just got, when the ball's on an outswinger, just managed to get the advantage as Luke Alien's coming tight. He guides it with the instep of his foot. Good save from Meslier to tip the ball over.
So third consecutive Aston Villa corner. This one is from the left-hand side. It will be Barkley as well. Barkley flights it, but it taken a Leeds head, click, stretched, and headed it away to the halfway line. Are we sure that was Alioski who was yellow carded for that?
I'm not so sure, because it was Trezeguet was very, very close, whether he was the one who put him on the floor.
Yeah. We'll try and establish that. But Villa coming forward with the ball on the left-hand side. Grealish now to Target. Target's ball across, but Cox stretched his leg and was able to block that on the edge of the penalty area. This has been a good spell for Villa. There's successive corners, but Leeds played away to Rodrigo. Just slips it forward to Alioski. And now Harrison. Harrison with the first time ball infield to Rodrigo. He's got some space, shoots across goal. Martinez makes the save, but it's turned into the back of the net by Bamford. And Leeds United are in front. And for the first time this season, Aston Villa find themselves behind in a Premier League game. And Patrick Bamford in the 6-yard box, sliding away on his knees to celebrate. It's Aston Villa 0, Leeds United 1.
It was that counter-attack again down the left-hand side. Jack Harrison managed to play the ball quick inside to Rodrigo as he drives into the area. His shot was sort of weak, but it was accurate to the left-hand side. See Martinez just dive to his left, push the ball out, and there he was, Bamford, with the simplest of tap-ins to stroke the ball home. Yet again, it's Patrick Bamford. There's been a lot said about him, but that's his 4th goal of the season. He just can't stop scoring.
And Patrick Bamford has scored in all 3 away games in Leeds' first season back in the Premier League. And Leeds are in front, and Aston Villa facing the prospect of dropping points in the Premier League for the first time this season. And all that after they'd had as concerted a spell of possession as they'd had in the entire match. So 1-0 to Leeds United. Alioski playing the ball back, and Ayling on his left foot. A long ball forward. This is for Bamford to chase, but too much pressure on Konsa, who went sprawling, and it's a free kick to Villa near the edge of their own penalty area.
It's crazy, isn't it? Just as you're watching Aston Villa trying to get some momentum. Brilliant from Jack Grealish, and the ball from Barkley. Konsa just getting first contact, putting the ball over the bar, and then Leeds United just attack so quick with that desire, getting key areas, and the ball falls very, very kindly for Bamford just to stroke it in.
Yeah, in the 6-yard box, just managed to turn it into the bottom corner. So Aston Villa 0, Leeds United 1. You're right, Michael, that's 4 goals now this season, all 4 of them in the Premier League. So he scored against Liverpool, and he scored against Fulham, he scored against Sheffield United, and now he scored against in-form Aston Villa, who won 7-2 here last time against Liverpool. As Leeds play the ball in from the far side, Rodrigo, but that's cleared out for a throw to Leeds on the right-hand side. But having gone and won at Leicester in the first match after the internationals, now find themselves 1-0 down here with over half an hour to play. And of course the danger from Leeds, who can counter-attack so effectively. Throw-in taken for Leeds. Rodrigo wins a free kick, just a little challenge from behind from Barkley. Down he went, and Leeds have got a free kick in a good position again.
I think what you were going to say is the danger of Leeds United defensively at times in the Premier League this season, conceding goals when they've managed to score them. But ironically, in the Championship, John, I think they only conceded 35 goals and they kept the most clean sheets, 22. So Premier League's different to the Championship.
Very much so. Most clean sheets in a season for Leeds United since Don Revy's time. Free kick for Leeds. Then out there towards the right-hand side. Villa holding the line around the penalty spot. Click with the delivery to the back post, and that's headed away very well for Villa by Watkins, out for a throw. St Helens 22, Leeds 4 is the latest score in the Super League. Leeds take the throw. Cash got a touch to it, but the touch has taken it out of play, and the ball's landed just up behind us.
You nearly had to bring that down there, John.
Yeah, big stretch.
First touch.
I would have taken that quite comfortably. Corner for Leeds as they take it short. Harrison back to Click. Click's curling ball in, but Martinez comes and makes the catch. Confirmation, by the way, it was Alioski who was yellow carded earlier on. So Aston Villa 0, Leeds United 1. The Rugby League continues. 5 Live Sports Extra as Grealish and Click have got involved in something here. Grealish was on the ground and Click was standing over him, and the way Grealish reacted suggested that he'd been stood on by Click. So this could be interesting. VAR might play a part here. Grealish got the ball caught between his legs, and Paul Tierney is sending away the other players around the incident. Click is being spoken to. Depends what sort of a view Paul Tierney had of this, and I think it's just going to be a telling off. It is, and he's been sent away, so it's a free kick to Aston Villa. No more than that. VAR aren't going to get involved, or at least if they have been involved, it's not going to be taken any further. Right, need to get back to Nottingham Forest because, Sohail Sahi,
we thought Derby had scored and gone into the lead, John. It's still 1-1, but their goal has been ruled out for offside. So still 1-1, 13 minutes to play. This is nicely poised. Both sides could do with a win, but both sides don't want to lose as well. Nottingham Forest 1, Derby County 1.
Half an hour to play here at Villa Park in the Premier League. Leeds United 1-0 up against previously 4 wins out of 4 Aston Villa. Here's Rodrigo playing it to Helder Costa on the right hand side. He's got options. Shackleton is ahead of him. Instead, actually, it's Dallas who arrives, but then Target is able to put in the challenge, which deflected it back onto Dallas and behind for a goal kick to Aston Villa. By the way, tomorrow, in terms of our commentaries, we have 5 more Premier League commentaries. Tomorrow, Sunday, Monday. Tomorrow, 3 o'clock, Fulham against Crystal Palace with Ian Dennis and Alan Pardew, as well as all of the football and indeed all of the sporting action tomorrow afternoon. The fastest score service, 5 Live, 3 o'clock Saturday afternoon. And then on Sunday we have Southampton Everton, we have Wolves Newcastle and Arsenal Leicester, and then Monday night Burnley against Tottenham. That's your Premier League football commentaries on 5 Live over the next few days. Shackleton now bringing the ball forward down the left hand side. He was caught by Cash. He didn't go to ground, but it is a free kick, says referee Tierney. Dean Smith having plenty to say on the edge of the coaching area. Mike Dean just wanders across. St Helens now leading Leeds by 34 points to 4. Bad for Leeds, good for Leeds United. 1-0 up here. Free kick, Leeds cleverly. The ball was passed back to Alioski and Click, and they barely moved a muscle, the two of them, just rolled past them. Now the ball's been rolled forward, has to be given back to them again. Seconds are wasted, free kick's taken. Harrison plays it in, looking for Bamford in the middle, but Konza blocked it behind. Corner to Leeds from the left. Game management, Michael?
Well, I just couldn't help but take one of my earphones off because I had to listen to Dean Smith there, Mike D, Paul Tierney, very, very heated down below us, and some good comments. Certainly.
Can you expand on that? No. Click with the corner then towards the back post, but that's headed up and away by Konza. Comes out to Shackleton, and Helder Costa now on the far side. switching the ball from foot to foot. Then he's onto his right foot towards the byline, crosses right-footed. It's gone a long way. Click with a volley, hits Bamford, and then hits Robin Koch as well, and bounces beyond the far post for a goal kick.
It's just good contact there as it come. As a player, you see it come out the sky, you're thinking, can I? This is sat perfect. You see Click, when I'm going to go for it. He just caught it well, but just pulled it slightly. Nothing from it. But
as he was shaping up there, Michael, I had in my mind's eye the goal that he scored at Anfield, that fantastic finish.
Yeah, you're looking at it, you're saying, is that going to fly in the top corner? And it wasn't to be.
No, it wasn't. So still 1-0 to Leeds United. And bouncing ball, Douglas Luiz, and it's taken on by Harrison, who's got away from Cash, who's left on the ground, now up against Konza in the box. Harrison still going, pulls the ball across, Bamford on the turn. Oh, he's claiming he was caught there by Mings. He went to ground. Referee Tierney, I'm not sure what sort of view he had of that, and Mings now is trying to hold Bamford to his feet, who pushes Mings away, and Bamford has sat down, clutching his right ankle. The ball's out of play on the halfway line. Question is, will VAR have a look at that?
Well, they're certainly waiting for it now around the ground, and if they do go and look at it in the build-up to it, and I'm not sure below us if I've seen it come off Rodrigo's hand or roll up his arm in the build-up to it, just as I see if Bamford holds the bottom of his foot. He's saying he's caught. Still got no confirmation to see if there's going to be any VAR, but Mings is certainly not having it. He doesn't think there should be.
We're just seeing it again. We've seen it twice again. I have to say, the angle is not definitive there. VAR are having a look at it, so they will have more angles. In fact, we're now seeing more angles. Well, I don't think there's enough there for a penalty. Actually, Bamford stands on Mings and then goes down.
But if it's in front of him, if the contact's in front of him and then Mings' foot comes through behind it and takes Bamford, what do you do there? When you slow-mo the picture, if he's not stamped on him and it's in front of his foot, then his foot comes through slightly. This is the thing. The detail there of proving where the first contact is very, very difficult.
So, I mean, on those pictures that we're seeing here on our screens in the stadium, that is, for me, that is not a penalty.
But I understand exactly what you're saying, but you're saying he plays onto his foul. With that slow-mo, if the foot goes in front of Mings and he flicks it slightly, then is it a penalty?
So, what do you think?
I can't tell of the first contact or the enough contact off the one clip I've seen, so I've sat on the fence and you got it right there.
Decision is no penalty. So VAR said no to Villa in the first half. They have said no to Leeds in the second in terms of penalty decisions. Dean Smith and Mike Dean in discussions. Mike Dean is the fourth official. All is, again, appears from this distance to be quite amicable. And we're going to see Bertrand Traore come on for Aston Villa, with Villa 1-0 down here. Aston Villa looking to get the win, or indeed the point, to go to the top of the Premier League table. And it's Trezeguet who is replaced by Bertrand Traore, another of the summer signings, around about £17 million from Lyon, who of course did so well in the Champions League last season. Bertrand Traore takes up a position, former Chelsea youngster, you might remember. Ball played forward for Leeds. Harrison's after this, infield. Barkley runs away with it. And if you weren't listening in the first half, I'm sure there'll be discussion as to whether Pascal Strauch should have been sent off for a second yellow card in the first half. He was substituted in the end. Here's Bamford, shoots on the turn. Oh, he scored! What a finish from Patrick Bamford! His second of the match. He turned, he looked, and he picked out the top corner. And Aston Villa find themselves 2-0 down here against 2-goal Patrick Bamford.
What a goal this is. Who anyone wants to see. You see the celebrations, the noise around us, and the Leeds travelling executives, they could understand what it means. It's good build-ups, driving through the middle from Matthias Klick. He gets a slight bit of fortune, but as he takes his touch, he pulls it back onto his left foot, centre, just outside of the 18-yard box. He doesn't think twice as he pulls it back onto his left. You know how good his left is. He wallops the ball right into the top right corner. It has dip, it has swerve. Fantastic finish for his second goal.
Well, Villa came here tonight hoping to find themselves top of the table by the end of the evening, but it looks like Leeds and Patrick Bamford are spoiling all of that. And Patrick Bamford, who, it has to be said, I'm not sure there was a great deal of confidence behind him in terms of, I'm talking about Leeds United supporters, with a season in the Premier League stretching ahead of him. But that now is 5 goals this season, and that finish was of the highest quality, Michael Brown.
Well, it was, and once he'd got that first goal, he opened out onto his left foot. It was a good first touch, but they had the confidence to execute it.
Villa need a goal quickly. Barkley shoots, blocked on the edge of the box, comes out to McGinn. McGinn infield to Traore. Traore exchanging passes with Cash, and then Traore into Douglas Luiz, and Leeds have dropped everyone back now. It's the ball played back towards the halfway line, and Mings will start it out towards the left. So 2-0 to Leeds United. Still Nottingham Forest 1, Derby 1 in the 7:45 kickoff in the Championship, as Villa win themselves a throw-in on the far side. Patrick Bamford will be feeling absolutely tip-top as he walks around watching Barkley commit a foul on Click, and it's a free kick to Leeds near the corner of their own box. Well, he scored in the first 3 Premier League matches of the season, Patrick Bamford, and he was the first to do that for Leeds United since Mick Jones back in 1968, and he's now scored in the first 3 away games of a top-flight season, and he's only the second Leeds United player to do that, following Gordon Hodgson back in 1937-38. So Patrick Bamford is creating history.
Well, you know, every question was asked when Leeds United sort of not getting over the line to get to the Premier League. Patrick Bamford's amount of opportunities, he missed chances, they created so many last season. And they were all questioned, should he be changed, should he be left out? Marcelo Bielsa picked him every single time, not just for his goal scoring, for what he brings in open play, for the structure, for the setup of Leeds United. He certainly contributes in the team, and now to get to the Premier League to prove the doubters wrong, to be getting goals, he's deserved it with pure working hard and enthusiasm and endeavour.
Yes. Criticised for missing chances. The statistics collectors claimed that he missed 34 good opportunities to score last season, as well as the 16 goals that he did score for Leeds. But he scored 2. He's had 2 other chances in this match as well, so the statistics collectors will have got them as well. The ball played in by Harrison as Leeds continue to press, comes out, Click with a shot, but Martinez is able to go down to his right and gather it quite comfortably on this occasion. But he's been beaten twice tonight, just like here in the match against Liverpool, difference being Villa scored 7 in that match. They're yet to get off the mark in this one, and we've got 20 minutes to play. And the question now is, have they got enough in them to get back into this match?
Well, they're going to have to start setting the tone. It allows Leeds United to get back in their shape, try and hit Aston Villa on the counter, but they're still going very, very well with confidence, moving the ball around. The energy is amazing.
Yeah, it is. Harrison now receives it on the left. Harrison's ball in, and a stretch by a slide, and Konza back towards the edge of his own 6-yard box is able to clear it out for a Leeds ball. And frankly, it looks more like another Leeds goal than one back for Aston Villa at
the moment. It does, but you just see how he breaks away there, Harrison. The ball's just inches away from getting past Konza. Great defending, or Bamford was there for a hat-trick.
Full time in the Women's Euro qualifier, Scotland have beaten Albania 3-0. Caroline Weir of Manchester City got 2 of the goals. 2-0 to Leeds United here. Patrick Bamford, and with them both in the second half. Douglas Luiz running the ball away from the edge of his own penalty area, giving it to Grealish, and Grealish is crowded out by 2 Leeds players, Rodrigo and Dallas, and it is Dallas now on the ball. Helder Costa arriving in the area, plays it back to Dallas. Weak shot from Dallas in the end. That was straight at Martinez, who was able to fall forward and scoop it up, and gives it out underarm for Douglas Luiz to take it on towards the centre circle. But Leeds have players all around him. That's what Leeds do. Bielsa's Leeds, and so Villa actually have to go backwards. Douglas Luiz looks outnumbered actually there in the centre circle. with his head down, couldn't do anything about it, and Villa are actually having to go all the way back to Martinez again. Well, Leeds United, we know from the way that they played last season, we know from what they've done this season that they were going to pose questions to every team that they play in the Premier League, and at the moment Villa can't come up with the answers. I'm sure Villa there will be questions asked if it stays like this about whether that should have been a second yellow card for Strauch in the first half when Paul Tierney decided not. Ball is back with Meslier at the moment in front of the hold end. I think there might be one or two spots of rain in the air now around Villa Park. This cold October evening, but a good night for Leeds United as the ball is played out to the right hand side for Helder Costa. Villa getting back again. Helder Costa into the box. Shackleton back to Helder Costa, now across to Bamford, who's on the hat-trick, trying to dance his way through. Left foot shot. What a goal! A hat-trick for Patrick Bamford. 3 goals for Leeds United. What a night this is. What a night for Patrick Bamford and Leeds. Villa were hoping to go top of the table, but Bamford and Leeds are outplaying them now. Villa 0, Leeds 3.
It's a brilliant goal yet again. It was from a slick pass from the centre out wide to Helder Costa. As he comes in, he plays a little 1-2 with Shackleton. At that point, Bamford's got nowhere to go. It's tight in the area. He takes it past one. His composure, and you don't think he can get his shot away, but he manages to just put it onto his left foot under all sorts of pressure. 4 Villa players round him and curls it into the top corner for his hat-trick. Brilliant goal, brilliant finish for Leeds United.
Superb footwork from Patrick Bamford, and he's a hat-trick man in the Premier League.
Just watching the goal back, John, there's 4 players around him. He's got no right to angle his body round, have that awareness to curl it into the top corner under pressure. But great work from Shackleton, from Costa. The energy from Leeds United is incredible.
He got himself into a position there inside the penalty area where he actually had 4 Villa players around him. He was circled by Villa players, but with his touch, as you said, you mentioned when he scored his second goal, Michael, when he's on his left foot, how dangerous it can be. And in that tight area there, in between that quartet of Villa players, he worked it into a position on his left foot where he could finish across goalkeeper Martinez inside the far post. Superb.
If that had been top-end strikers, and you're seeing that's for his hat-trick, they'll be talking of so much about it. If it was a Mo Salah in the area, you'd say that's what he does.
Grealish now, but Villa are 3-0 down, and a shot on the turn from target in the box is deflected wide and behind for a corner to Aston Villa, but this surely has to be beyond them now. In the Six Nations warm-up match, by the way, Scotland have beaten Georgia 48-7. Six Nations resumes tomorrow. That's all on 5 Live Sports Extra tomorrow. The Ireland-Italy game from 3 o'clock. Corner to Villa, which actually hits the first defender, Helder Costa. That was careless by Grealish. Just sort of patted it into Helder Costa, who was on the edge of the penalty area, who was able to clear it away. Yep, so Ireland-Italy tomorrow, 5 Live Sports Extra, and also the Exeter Wasps, much talked about game, the final at 6 o'clock. All on 5 Live Sports Extra for your rugby union, and you can get the Rugby Union Weekly podcast from BBC Sounds. 3-0 then to Leeds United, and a hat-trick for Patrick Bamford. That makes it now 6 Premier League hat-tricks this season. Barkley tries a shot from best part of 25 yards, but drags it well wide and behind for a goal kick. So Aston Villa 0, Leeds United 3 is the scoreline here, and it's over in Nottingham. Sohail Sahi.
Yeah, full time here, John. Nottingham Forest 1, Derby County 1. Both teams had their moments to win, but in the end the points are shared. Martin Waghorn with a wonderful free kick, dipping and curling past Bryce Samba. He put Derby into the lead after 30 minutes. Forest through Lyle Taylor equalised in the second half, ending the scoring but not the entertainment. Full time then here at the City Ground. Nottingham Forest 1, Derby County 1.
Well, Leeds have provided the entertainment here at Villa Park in the second half. It's been an outstanding performance, really, when it was they were quite closely matched in the first half, but Leeds United have just stepped it up, and Patrick Bamford with a hat-trick as Rodrigo drops a shoulder and is dropped to the ground by Barkley, and it's a free kick to Leeds in another good position.
Surely not, John.
Number 4, you think?
It's a
Bamford wants
great
the ball.
area for Bamford. This is a real good spot. I'm not sure he'll get near it. Harrison's there. I think the rest of the players will be saying, you've had your fun, let me have a go.
Yeah, I think that's the sort of body language that Rodrigo has got about him. It's less than 25 yards out, right of centre. Rodrigo sent everyone away, Bamford and Harrison, who wanted a piece of the action. So Rodrigo, the 4th goal would certainly finish it. Rodrigo is taking 3, 4, 5 strides back, standing now to the right of the ball. The Villa wall of 5. Rodrigo hits it up and over the wall and high over the crossbar and into the lower tier of the north stand to our left. That was a waste. So that is 6 Premier League hat-trick scorers so far this season. Michael, can you name them? I'll give you a starter. When I was last here, there was also a hat-trick scored. As Pablo Hernandez is going to come on for Leeds United. This is their second change, and that free kick was his last work of the evening for Rodrigo. So the experienced, now 35-year-old Pablo Hernandez, the former Spanish international, highly talented player, is coming on to replace him, and play will resume with a goal kick. Yeah, Ollie Watkins scoring the hat-trick last time here for
I was
Aston
coming
Villa.
to Watkins, John. I
Right, right.
changed it. I got number 22, Jack Harrison, so I had to change all my wording. We changed it.
Yes, you've got a lot on your plate, so
Come on, tell us who they are then, John.
Salah, Calvert-Lewin, Son, Vardy, Watkins, and now Bamford. So it could be a bumper season for goal scorers this season, as McGinn does well to keep his feet as he takes the ball over the halfway line under pressure. Barkley works it out to Grealish on the left-hand side. Grealish, but Villa are 3-0 down. Oh, great turn by Grealish. Then gives it back. No, he can't, because Target is beaten to it, so Leeds are away on the counter-attack. Helder Costa to the halfway line. Uses Pablo Hernandez, who gives it back to Helder Costa. Bamford's waiting in the middle. Helder Costa still going, but he cut back, and that meant Douglas Luiz had the chance to put in the challenge. And actually, when we talk about that 3rd goal that Patrick Bamford has scored, we've praised Jack Grealish for some of the work that he's done here again tonight. But that was Jack Grealish would have been proud of that finish.
Yeah, I would have. It was a brilliant finish, and I would say it was a little bit disappointing that the Villa players didn't stop him opening up his body. The second he steps to the right, you know he can only use his left foot to push it across. But Leeds United are everywhere at the moment, putting Aston Villa under all sorts of pressure. They seem to have really been hit with the 3rd goal. Great performance from Leeds United.
Yeah. So Aston Villa 3-0 down, and Leeds United come again. Harrison once again running at the Aston Villa defence, plays the ball into the middle, and Pablo Hernandez got his right instep to it, but just really touched it out to the far side. Helder Costa is easily able to keep it in, so Leeds are still in business. Back to Hernandez inside the box. Hernandez pulls it across. It's cleared away just before Harrison could get there, and Watkins is able to head the ball down and run it away out of the penalty area, and then Grealish is bundled over, takes a quick free kick. Barkley gives it back to Grealish, but the referee is suggesting, was the ball moving?
Just wasn't back at the spot, I'm not sure, but Villa are in disarray, John. They really are getting pushed all the way. The energy, as we've mentioned, Leeds United, and they're not just sat back. This is a side just promoted. You're thinking it's a VAR decision here now. There's a possible handball, John.
Possible handball, and this would be for a Leeds penalty.